What's up, NASCAR collectors? This is Action 46 Racing Network. As you can see, you guys see for yourselves that this is my last diecast collecting. This day is gonna be my last and final year. Due to the fact that I brought back my throwback background, as you can see. But the best one is this one right here. This is my best background I have. Sadly, this had to come to fruition that I had to call it out the way it is. And due to the fact that this was not an easy feat for everybody to hear this update, but it's gonna have to come to fruition. Starting with this one right here, Jeff Gordon's next gen clone to his 2009 DuPont Chevrolet. And this car alone I didn't get for myself, but I got it from my man William Boucher, who I saw in the flesh in Pocono. I gotta give it to him, man. I think giving him a chocolate milk looked a little bit too far-fetched. I really didn't want to do that to him, but he does like Nesquik, but I said, you know what, screw that. I'd rather give him something he really loves. I'd rather give him something he really loves. But in far terms, this actually is a car that is really well self-explanatory. If you see it right here, Jeff Gordon's DuPont Firestorm Fan Club 2024 Camaro ZL1 limited edition. As you can see here, this car is really nice, just like his 2009 Cup car in the Sprint Cup series. And I gotta give it to you, they did pretty good with the molding. And the color scheme looks exactly like what the car looks like in 2009, which I like. It's not a bad car. This thing really looks badass, and in many cases, maybe this NASCAR really set the tone, set the standard right with hot rodding. In which case, you can see here the flames, not just on the car, but also on the box. How cool is that? This is a Fan Club NASCAR box. 2024, this is this year's car. What I like about it is they put Gordon's name on the box, which is cool. And I know a lot of you guys have been seeing this on the trailers. This is where I got this car I got from the NASCAR's Legends trailer, which had Earnhardt and a lot of other cars out there that really set the tone high. That's the best thing about it. And what I like about this car is the driver that's driving it. I have full respect to Jeff Gordon. And William Boucher also's got his. I'm hoping sooner or later he'll put his out there. But that's not the case, because the reason why I like about Jeff Gordon is the respect I'm giving him right now. He learned from one of the best, Dale Earnhardt Sr. And really what set the standard high for me was because how he raced with other competitors in his years was just extraordinarily awesome. And he retired in style with the most gratitude moment ever in his career, ending it off in 2015, and which kind of set the standard straight for everybody any NASCAR fan could ever really fathom, should I say. This is not easy to see a driver just leave with no explanation. But Jeff Gordon will always be respected. To me, I respect him with a lot of encouragement. Just like William Boucher ever did in his videos. He respected Jeff Gordon the same way he respected, whatever driver he follows. This next one, I know I wouldn't say controversial. It's just, I can't disrespect her because she is a female, and I got no problem with female driver racing in the NASCAR series. Due to the fact the team had no certain experience with setups and what have you, to me, what kind of costed this team was that when Barry drove the car, they had problems right off the get-go. He couldn't stop coming to the pits. Not Haley, but Josh Berry when I went to the Saturday race. He couldn't stop getting into the pits. He pitted like how many times, Simon?
I lost count.
Me too. I lost complete count of how many times he had to come into the pits to get the car serviced. To me, that's kind of embarrassing for a team. But I don't care because every driver that drove that car, except for Joey Logano, I don't know what the hell happened. Something at Pocono told me that this team is not doing good. When she left, she didn't leave because, the team was bad. It was just because, where's she going to go after? Like, Ford is losing big name teams. They just lost the biggest one, which is Tony Stewart. And she goes to AM Racing, gets a couple of top fives. Not a great finish because, it's not her fault because, she's trying to find a good certainty and a good platform to keep herself racing. The problem also is she's racing with rookies that are willing to find a seat, that are also trying to win to get into the Cup Series, which in turn, it kind of made it hard for her to find a good team. Which this team, actually, to say it at least, it was actually the equipment they were using was 50-50 shot between Tony Stewart Racing and their own equipment, which is AM Racing. The reason why I'm pissed off is because the team had Frankenstein cars in the shop. And some of them were Tony Stewart Racing's cars, but they had on the sideline, which they didn't use for her. The only cars that I noticed that she competed in, that she got a top 12 or 15th and better in 12th in Talladega and 15th to better in Vegas, was actually she had two Tony Stewart cars she raced in Vegas and Talladega. But the cars that you guys saw on TV, where they were their own car, the AM Racing had their own cars set. Those cars are supposed to be set to the side for Brett Moffitt. The cars she was driving were actually Brett Moffitt's cars, which their setup was totally different. And sadly, the deal just went complete, like landslide. What was good for her now is, to me, she's going to try something new, which I wouldn't disagree upon. Because what's coming up this weekend, she's going to be in Lime Rock, racing the Trans Am TA2 cars. Which I would like to see her race those things because those cars look exactly identical to the old Cup car. But the only thing is they got a rear wing and a really weird front spoiler. Front chin spoiler. But I wouldn't let that slide for this team, the team that I'm pointing at, AM Racing, because they got something wrong with that car they brought in Pocono. Because when Josh Berry drove it, people said, well, Josh Berry should hush the Hailie Deegan fans. Well, guess again, AM Racing struck back. They literally just freaking made Josh Berry look like an idiot in front of all his fans. Because that team really just bogged badly. So, this year, Deegan's going to be racing Trans Am. And oh, by the way, you guys probably heard that she was also in an IndyCar race in Iowa. In the Indy Next Club. Which, to me, that's not a bad choice. But due to the fact of the dangers, I'm a little scared because what just transpired with the big boys, what we saw on the highlights, that's a little scary because you saw what happened. Those cars could fly like airplanes, like kites. I'd rather her stay with four wheels on the ground than going airborne, hitting another guy's tire, than just seeing her get hurt. But other than that, I really dislike this AM racing team because they really sucked at Pocono bad. Because they made Josh Berry look like an ass. Because they broke a freaking adjustment bar on the back of that car. I was like, what the hell is going on over there? And their team box was right in front of where I was sitting. with me and William watching. This team really badly, poorly, and I mean poorly. I'm not talking about Deegan's driving. It was actually the team's fault. I knew something was wrong, and it proved it right in front of me. I should have thrown a video of it. Literally, I saw a guy go under the rear axle, touching something. To me, it was an adjustment bar in the back of the axle. And I got pissed off because that was actually Josh Berry driving the car. With Ziva on the quarter panel. Not airbox, but Ziva. What kind of ticked me off was when Josh Berry drove this car at Pocono, they screwed him bad. And I gotta tell you, AM Racing really messed up. It was the equipment. And those people that are hating on Hailie Deegan, they screwed up too. So, if you guys haven't seen what happened to Berry, you guys should think again. It wasn't Hailie Deegan. It was actually the team itself. They freaking messed up Berry's day. For some reason, when I saw one of the guys put an adjustment bar in the back window, they broke the thing on purpose. Right in front of everybody. They broke the bar. Like somebody just went in there, jacked it, broke the bottom piece of it, which that means it went under or went in even deeper when they did the adjustment and they checked it. Which kind of was funny was that when they were checking, I think one of the big guys was under there, almost had a baldy on the end of it, but hell. This car is so nice. Not just that, the door number is chrome, which that was cool. I was kind of upset at the fact that when they put Berry under the car, I knew something was up. I couldn't tell what it was until I saw it in front of me. The Dark Horse Mustang, it's not bad on the mold, but you know, the car's big. Can't complain. I mean, it is matte finish with the chrome number. I don't know if she's still rookie contending, but I think she's not done at all in NASCAR. She's gonna try IndyCar, but I got a little scared about that because how can I say that? How can I? What can I say about it? The team sucked. And I knew something was wrong when we got to Pocono. The team really sucked. What the hell were they thinking? They just really blew the whole thing out of the water. And they proved it right in front of me. Broke the... Are you kidding me? The adjustment bar, out of all things, they broke it or they snapped it off. And the thing got stuck in the adjustment hole in the back window. I was like, are you kidding me? How would you break that? And it is a crankable. How would you break something that you crank through the window and it broke? Like, literally. I was so upset. I'm so upset. I was like, what the hell's going on? Berry should not be in the back that hard. Like, literally, the people were, like, confused at what's going on. And I knew something was up. And I saw it right in front of my eyes. Like, they broke the freaking adjustment bar. Are you serious? How would you break an adjustment bar and it gets wedged in there in the window? Then I see the guy go in the back of the axle. I was like, what the hell are they looking at? Then I figured it. They broke the adjustment bar. I was like, are you kidding me? That literally pissed off a lot of people, and including me. I was like, you guys are such bullshitters, man. Those haters, they should have never said, oh, Butter is going to do better than Hailie Deegan. Well, that went out the window because what I saw was not true. The team went tenfold, like literally. Broke the rear adjustment bar. But next is NASCAR Hall of Famer. I know he doesn't have championships, but the guy who I really loved in my career and where I started. 2001 through 2002, 2003. This guy's a Daytona and Talladega phenom. And now he's racing in one last Xfinity race this year in the number 88 Hellmann's Chevy Camaro Xfinity. And yeah, I got plenty more number 3s from him. Junior Motorsports. This one's the biggest. Mom and Pops. Chevy Camaro late model number 3. With the Goodyear, GM Goodwrench, and GMPerformanceParts.com. Number 3, Mom and Pops, Chevy Camaro late model. I say super late model because this is a little lower, and when you look at it, it's a little lower. I like these molds. It kind of shocked me to note that these cars are going to be made by Lionel. And by the way, all this next bit, this is my last collecting, including those two, Jeff Gordon and Hailie Deegan. This is one of the best cars. I'm going to design this one at Horizon Motorsport 6 or 7, should I say? Motorsport 6, 7. But the mom and pop thing is going to be hard to find, but it doesn't matter. I mean, the car looks badass. The Camaro looks mean on hell on a late model. But the next one kind of reminds me of something that really thinks about what racing should do. If you got some unknown manufacturer you don't know what to choose from. The next one is a female driver from the short track era, or short track young age, short track phenom, female driver just like Hailie Deegan. A local short track favorite, Amber Lynn's, number 2. Amber Lynn's Racing, number 2. It says Chevy Camaro, but you guys are going to be shocked what happened. Like, where's the manufacturer on it? Well, that's the good part about these cars, that you don't have to add a manufacturer on these things, because why man put a manufacturer on a car that really you don't need a manufacturer for? All you need is just a number and just, sponsors. And this says you see right here, no Hoosier Tires, which is, it's a local short track favorite of our local short track phenom, a female driver, number 2, Amber Lynn. And what's kind of funny about the number placement is in the back. On both sides. Both sides of the car has got the number in the back. And you noticed there's no manufacturer in front of the car. It's just blank. Just blank. And just sponsorships of our local sponsors around her town. This is cool. I like how there's no Hoosier Tire lettering on it, which is cool. You're a local guy, you're a local person, trying to get your name out there. Which, she's got a better team now. Maybe, depending on where she's at. I think she's from New Smyrna, Florida. Depending where I'm thinking of. Maybe, maybe not. But, who could I guess? Now, you guys are probably thinking, I see number 62 on the bottom. Yep. You guys' eyes are not fooling you. That is Kevin Harvick's Ford Mustang, which is up next. Which I really didn't expect him to be driving his late model, but then I found out he's racing again in the late model division with the Busch sponsor. But this one's got the Tony Stewart Haas Hunt Brothers Pizza number 62 Ford Mustang from Hendrick Incorporated. Not Hendrick Incorporated. Kevin Harvick Incorporated. Ford Mustang, Hunt Brothers Pizza. And I couldn't stop. I had to find this car. I know they had an Authentics, but hell, I understand. But they didn't have any Authentics down here in New York. It's getting costly. This Mustang was kind of unique. I like how they just kept it plain Jane simple. I mean, you paint it green with the red Hunt Brothers Pizza. This is actually a dark navy blue. As you can see it on the lip, it's a dark navy blue. With the yellow, number 62, and the dark blue, no, the black. That's a big number 62 on the car. That is a dark blue Hunt Brothers Pizza. I know the camera sees it black, but it's dark navy blue. Hunt Brothers Pizza Mustang super late model. I mean, late models, everybody call it, but this is the super late model because a late model is got a crate motor underneath it. Super late model is like this with the bar underneath it that has like that. I would call it a knuckle sandwich bar underneath the car in the rear, which is awesome to call it like that because, it grinds the God knows daylights out of the undercarriage of the car, but, it's unique in its own way. I mean, people have been putting paper clips and they bend it just like what the car looks like on the track. bend the bar down and make it look like a super late model. I keep calling it super late model because it's true. I've seen videos and New Smyrna from the guys on YouTube. Next, of course, Dale Jr. Nope, Josh Berry. Josh Berry's 2023 Bass Pro Shops number 3 late model. This was 2023 when Josh Berry's last year in Junior Motorsports before he became Tony Stewart's I think second or third in command driver in the season. This is Josh Berry's number 3. As you can see in the back, this is Junior's number 3 Bass Pro Shops car. I got that in the Junior Motorsports trailer with the Petty. But this is Josh Berry's. I think this car is a little different. I think he drove. If you guys comment down below, I think he drove this in either South Boston or Winchester. My bad, Winchester. I think it was Winchester because crap. Ouch. Sorry about that. No, it's all good. The car is not damaged. He drove this car in Winchester. I think he got the win. If I'm not mistaken, he got the win in Winchester in this car. And what kind of made me think about this, I actually had this car. It's in the box up there, in the black box right in front of me. This is Dale Sr.'s tribute to the Bass Pro Shops 50th anniversary, and it's on the deck lid as well, which is awesome. To me, I think Junior did a great job teaching him the ways of short track racing. I like what I like about Berry. He's a short track ace. He drives these things on a weekly basis, which you can't common denominate the factor of how these cars look so good on a diecast. How come they didn't do it before? Well, they did, but that was way back in the 90s. When it was a Chevy Lumina. When Junior drove the Sun Drop car, which is going to be down the line right underneath the Tracker Boats. Another Bass Pro Shops car, but this is the Tracker Boats. This is the Bass Pro Shops Earnhardt Sr. tribute to Dale Sr.'s car, which also I have Junior's version of the number 3, which is right next to it in a box. I'm going to be unboxing that next. This is Josh Berry's version. This is the Winchester race that he went to, and Berry actually won that race, which is there's a race version out there somewhere. I got a gut feeling this Berry really was just settling in with the late models, which of course that's what the next guy is coming up to give him that outshot, to run the exact same car with his name on it. His name is Dale Earnhardt Jr., the NASCAR Hall of Famer. Last year, drove, and I think it was another different track. It wasn't North Wilkesboro. The one that he drove in North Wilkesboro, we'll get to it in a little bit. But this guy, Junior, like, what could go wrong, right? Well, he drove this car in North Carolina. Not in North Wilkesboro, it was another track. And he drove this one. This is Junior's version of the number 3 Tracker Boats. Last year, I don't know where he finished, but it was pretty decent. He still had the bug of racing late models. The man himself drove the exact similar car like Berry, an exact similar color scheme. What I like about this color scheme, it reminds me of. Hold on, let me get to it in a bit. It reminds me of a car that I have in my collection that looks just like Austin Dillon's car. Funny, right? Well, I say you cannot beat nostalgia. This car is new, and it looks just like Austin Dillon's car. The only thing is you can't beat the nostalgia of what that car looks like. What I like about this one, he went back to what his dad started from back in the 90s. He drove this car, I think, to victory in All-Star. Maybe, maybe not. But I got a good feeling he finished somewhere in the top 10. This car compared to this one, he drove... This is Austin Dillon's car, by the way. This is the one he ran in the Clash. Looks badass with the red numbers, but as I said, you cannot defeat the fact nostalgia is gonna win over that. And the nostalgia can't even get old. Junior did the right thing. He told Bash Pro Shops, can we run this particular color scheme just like this one? In which case, this one came back, by the way. That one came back with the white number this year in 2024. Austin Dillon drove that one again in Darlington this year. But I think Junior did the best job. He went old school. He said, okay, let's bring back the old gold number, black number 3. Black trim. Red and yellow, or red and yellow trim in the middle. With the Bash Pro Shops sponsorship, just like Josh Berry's. I mean, it looks almost identical. The only thing is, on the hood, it says 50. As you can see there, it says BashProShops.com. Now, do the fact Junior really wanted to bring that back, I couldn't say no. I had to get it. They had it in the hauler, and I saw it. The moment I spun the little spinny thing on the trailer, I saw Junior's name. I said, I got to pick it up. And boom. Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s number 3 Bash Pro Shops late model 2023 Camaro. I couldn't even fathom how that looks on the light. That gold, compare that gold. This gold is a little bit darker than that one. That one's lighter. This is a perfect car to get.